Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. This week we're going to be breaking down a Serum 2 preset that I made, which I showcased actually on my Instagram Reels first, which you should definitely go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, if you're interested in seeing some of the sounds that I've been making. So without further ado, let's just get into the sound. This preset is part of my liminal sounds preset, which is going to be available for Serum 2 in the next couple of months. So if you like how these sounds sound, you're going to be able to buy them one day. But if you like a specific preset that I show on any of my YouTube videos, just feel free to send me a DM on Instagram and I'll send you the preset for absolutely free. You'll just give me your email and I'll send it right over to you. So let's just go ahead and break this sound down. So let's open up a fresh instance of Serum 2. So for oscillator A, you're going to want to go to analog BD sine, drop the fine tuning to about -6. And then let's just go ahead and shape our envelope. So we'll go like this and give it a bit of a release. And that makes the sound a little bit more plucky. I love working with sine waves, and I think they're such a great foundation for any sound that you want to make, just because they have such a clear tone. But the magic really happens when you turn oscillator B on, and then you go to granular, and I use one of these flute sounds. They have a bunch of really cool sounds. Brass, bowed, plucked. But I went to flute here, and I chose this Savannah granular sample. And so now it sounds like this. Then I wanted to make it a little more gritty, so I went to the noise, turned it on, go to FP inharms, and I used inharmonic 9, and I raised this level quite a bit. And then we can turn the filter on, and I filtered out oscillator A and the noise, but I left oscillator B out of the filter loop. So that already sounds pretty damn cool, if I can say so myself. Great, so now that we've gone over the basis of the sound, let's dive into my actual preset, and then we can have a look at all the effects that I used. Everything is exactly the same as you can see. You're welcome to copy the exact envelope settings if you like. For the filter, we're on MG Low 12. Got the cutoff set to 593 Hz with 10% resonance, drive and fat all the way down, mix 100%. And again, just to reiterate, the filter is only affecting oscillator A and the noise oscillator. So let's dive into the effects. You can see that for this preset, I actually used a bus effect. So we got the main effects, which affect the entire sound, and then Serum 2 allows us to use buses to affect certain oscillators, for example. So I decided to use a reverb on this first oscillator. And the way that you can go ahead and do that is by going to any of the oscillators and clicking this little button up here. And over here, we can see our sends to our buses. And I've got my bus 1 send turned all the way up. So now we can go back to our effects page, go to the first bus, and I've decided to use this hall reverb. I'm cutting almost all the low end out. I've got the size at about 35%, pre-delay all the way down, decay all the way up. So massive reverb on this first oscillator. So let's go through the main effects one by one. First, you've got bowed. I love using bowed to smear sounds. It's one of the best ways to make sounds feel uncanny and make sounds ultimately feel like they live in a different space. I've got the blur turned all the way down, but it's being used in conjunction with this LFO. So I've set LFO 1 up on sample and hold. I've got it set to free. The rate is almost all the way up. It's at 64.6 Hertz, so it's super, super fast. And I've got the smoothness set to 68. You can see over here. It's just moving really, really quickly, and it's affecting this blur knob. And it creates this beautiful smearing effect that we can hear. Next up, we got a filter. The The filter is set to flange H6 plus. The cutoff is at 665 hertz. Turn the resonance up 38%. The drive is up 18%. And then the mix is actually being mapped to the velocity. So the harder I hit a note, the more of this flanging effect I'm going to hear. And the softer I hit it, the less you're going to hear. So I'm sort of using it as a dynamic flanger. So you can see if I hit the note quietly, we hear it a little bit, but if I hit it hard, we just get a different kind of sound. Next up, we got a secondary filter, and this is just a low pass filter. It's connected to macro number 1 over here. So if I raise this up, it just acts as a simple low pass filter. Next up, we've got distortion set to downsample. I've got it set to post, and the frequency cutoff is just over 6,000 hertz. Drive is at 34%. The mix is set to macro number 2, and I'm using this as a sort of digital distortion. We can exaggerate it if I raise it a ton. Next up, we got delay. It's set to ping pong, 8th note in both left and right channels. Feedback at 31%, so nothing crazy. The mix is probably set to one of these macros as well, if I had to guess. Yep, macro number 5. Beautiful simple delay. As you can see, I've carved out a little bit of the lows and a little bit of the highs. Next up, we got an EQ, just cutting out some of the lows and boosting some of the highs. Next up, I got a chorus. Rate is at 0.8 hertz. And I believe that all of this is the exact default sound. It's mapped to macro number 7 for the mix, and it's almost all the way up. So you can really hear how much that chorus shapes the sound. It's so much softer with it than without it. So let me just lower that chorus. That's quite harsh, and now it's just so much softer. Next up, I've got a flanger, and I'm actually not using it, but let's see if we turn it up, because I've got the mix mapped to the last macro knob. Nothing special about it, it's just a flanger. If you want that flanging sound, you got it right there in the preset. I wanted to make it super easy for you guys to use. I have a macro knob mapped to the glide. So it glides now. You can make it super glidey. Or not glidey at all. I've got a macro for the noise level as well. So by default, it's set to 67%, but you can set it to 100 just to get an even grittier sound. Oh yeah, and the final macro is macro number 6, and it's just mapped to the mix of bode. So if you have it all the way down, you won't hear this smearing effect at all. Yeah, so this has been a super fun sound to make. I've really been enjoying experimenting with the wavetables and the granular stuff as well. Here's the matrix if you guys wanna pause and copy any of this. So thank you guys for supporting me if you managed to finish this video, and I can't wait for you guys to hear the Serum 2-pack when it comes out. Please leave a comment if I didn't explain something well, or you want me to explain something better for next week. I love reading your guys' comments. Your support means the absolute world to me. I can't even tell you guys how much I appreciate the kind words. So thank you very much for sticking around, and I'll see you guys next week.